Okay, boom. We're back. The Tru-Mon Show, episode 95, with Mr. Santos Bonacci from Australia. Our brother Santos. How are you, Santos?
Great, thanks.
Great. With
Glad to be
Rob
back.
also. Rob Pinchot.
Hey,
I'm great
Rob.
as well.
My bro. How are you?
Hey, Santos. Yeah, good to see you, Yannick. Thanks for
Good.
having me again.
Yeah, so tonight we're going to have another hangout together, which is great. I'm very, I feel highly favored always. But you know, it comes with also by taking actions. If I wouldn't take action, I wouldn't be here. So you can be highly favored, but you also have to take action in life to get to where you want to get, where you want to go. And if I wouldn't have never take action, you know, it goes with taking action, and that's going to be part of one of my questions later on concerning the astrology and everything. But first, Santos, I would like to go back a bit on the plane. I have a bit of echo. I don't know if you guys have echo.
Test.
No? Okay, we're good?
Yep.
I hear myself a bit, but it's not me this time.
Well, Yannick, you have an echo still. I don't know. I hear it.
You hear it?
Yeah.
Hold on, we'll try to fix that. I don't know. So far, it's good here. I don't know. It's just a little bit in the background. It's no big deal.
That's fine.
Yeah, so I would like to go back, first of all, to what we said last week about the plane of inertia, okay? Because this is very important. I've been developing some reflection this week on my other channel. I have another channel. I go live every day, Motivation Academy, and I do reflection live. I do my live reasoning on YouTube always. And the plane of inertia is something that fascinates me because I think this is a place also, you know, we find ourselves on the plane of inertia, which is Earth. That's the plane of inertia. That's also why I was thinking about it. I'm like, that makes sense because this is why we ground ourselves to the Earth. We ground all electrical equipment to the Earth because it's the plane of inertia. So it's neutral, like it's neutral. So that neutral place is found also inside of ourselves. And that place inside of ourselves, this is the place where I'm interested at because I think this is the space, you know, where we can reside, this place in between our thoughts. Would that be the plane of inertia, Santos, for the human body, the place in between our thoughts where we reside in our true essence, our true nature, what we are from the beginning without being bombarded by thoughts here and there? Would that be the plane of inertia for us? It's a reflection I had.
There'll be many planes of inertia because we are multi. Our body has many organs. So the liver has its plane, the spleen, the heart. The heart is the big one. Okay, the heart is the center of our main torus / torso. Okay, so when it comes to the human organism, it's the same as everything else, you see. You have the cur, the heart, the center. This will be the plane of inertia. And from there, we'll go out the torus field. So you have, and that will be your heart here. But inside that, there are many others. Okay, so the liver will be over here, the spleen, and they're all interlocking. But your soul, not your spirit, your soul is here in the heart. That's the plane of inertia. Yes, that's the center of the main vortex of your torso, torus.
So that's why we do things from the heart. When you have a battle, you know, when you have a battle in between the mind and the heart, follow your heart.
Yeah,
that's it. I like that.
That's always the right thing to do, especially when the heart is intelligent and when it is enlightened. An unenlightened heart will probably be a dangerous heart to follow, but the one whose heart is good, no problem. It's to follow your heart. That would mean that this vortex, that if you breathe properly, and you have a calm heart, this vortex, this field actually grows. You can grow your field of your sphere of influence, if you want to put it that way. This is a sphere, and we live inside this sphere. It's a tenfold sphere, just like the Earth. It's the same as the Earth, as we saw last week. We saw that the Earth here is the plane of inertia inside the massive, massive torus field of the Earth's. And so plane of inertia becomes planet Earth. Okay, Earth means, well, if you have ether, Earth, well, I should have put that R in there, and pretty much it's the same word, as you can see. And we showed last week that the 5 elements are in the human hand. This is the earth, the pinky. When you want to earth, you do this mudra. When you want emotional stability, you do the water. You connect ether with the water element. So you do your water mudra. And that's why you put the ring there when you get married, because it's an emotional, it's an emotional link that you have with your partner. Okay. Here is if you want mental stability, the middle finger. And here if you want intuition, energy, clarity, that comes from this mudra. Okay, so when you look at your Kabbalistic tree, so you've got earth, ether at the top, kether, and at the bottom you have earth. So earther to ether, or ether to earther. And so what you're doing now is you're going from the bottom here, from Malkuth, from the earth, you're going up now to the water, a baptism of water. Then you have a baptism of fire or air or spirit. Then you have a baptism of fire. And then you go back to ether, back to the heavens.
That's why they always do that sign. They always do that sign. All that I see that often.
Yeah, how many times do you see people sitting there like that? You know,
Yeah.
Because what they're doing is they're channeling those energies, and they're flowing better, because these are the points where you can create a circuit for those energies. So if you wanted to ground all of your elements, you would do this mudra. So you would sit there in the bush and meditate like this. Okay?
Yeah.
And you would have all elements are grounding now, earthing from ether to earther. So this is the plane of inertia here, and what we have. If we're going to talk atomic, we know that scientists tell us that the nature of atoms is neutron, proton, and electron. All right. Well, so if we look at all these, this is the Trinity. Everything's always in trinities in nature. Okay. The neutron is this, the plane of inertia of every atom. Every atom has this plane. Energy disappears into this plane and comes out the other side. So what you do is you're having energies going out like exactly like this. But if we wanted to really depict how it's really going, you would do this. The figure 8.
Yeah.
So here is the 0 point, the neutron, and when energy is centrifugally divergent, that's called a proton. Walter Russell explained this clearly. He explained it like this in a vortex. So he put the 0 point. He put the 0 point here, and he said that a proton is a neutron, is an electron, depending on where you isolate it. If it's doing this, if it's compressing, that's what he calls an electron. But he says on the other side, the proton is expanding. And so now we have an electron contracting, a proton expanding. But you see, at the same time as this is happening, you've also got a vortex going here like this, and another one going here like that. And then you've got another one going like this, and another one like that. And so you've got these
Always the
planes of
plane of
inertia.
inertia. Yeah.
So what's going on is this. Okay, and so the only difference is Walter Russell will call these vortexes, whereas Ken Wheeler and the more modern people, seeing that we have clear technological photographs and computer images of the torus field, now we know that the vortex that Walter Russell is talking about is this one here and here. So that vortex, and so what we find is that they're all the same thing. There's no particles. There's no particles in the world called electrons. Even the discoverer, so-called discoverer of the electron, J.J. Thomson, Tom's son, J.J. Thomson, all of this stuff, you'll be surprised. It's all written in the heavens. It's beyond our intelligence to understand how things like that happen. Thomson, the discoverer of the electron, Atom's son. I mean, please, it could have been Dixon, could have been whatever.
Why does it happen to be
Tom's son.
that?
Now
though?
he even. Sorry, what was that, Bill? Rob?
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say, but like, why does it happen to be that perfect? You know, like he's a discoverer of that, you know, and that's his last name. I mean,
yeah. There's many ways to explain that phenomenon and how that works. When I release my 450-page PowerPoint presentation, All is Atum, you'll understand how these things happen. There's ways that the universe makes this happen. But anyway, he denied, J.J. Thomson denied that the electron is a particle till the day he died virtually. I think he had pressure, and eventually he said, "Oh yeah, okay, it's a particle." I don't know the history there, but all his life he maintained that there are no particles. A photon is not a particle. Electron is not a particle. So what you're doing is you're calling something an electron when it's compressing, and you're calling it a proton, radiate, rarefy, proton, when it's expanding. And that's all that's happening. You've got compression and rarefaction everywhere in the universe. It's a pump. So when I breathe, compression, rarefaction. My heartbeat, it's the same. So what we need to do is understand that what we have is a longitudinal wave, the standing wave, and that generates an electromagnetic tempospatial transverse wave. So you've got longitudinal, and you've got transverse. So transverse So longitudinal means everything's going hunky-dory in one direction, no bumps, no vibrations, no time dilations, just direct energy. That's what they call entangled particles, the quantity, looking for quantity, materialist physicists. They will call these entangled particles. Well, all particles, which I call pulses, they're all entangled, they're all connected. My heart is connected to your heart longitudinally. Everything is. This is how we are connected to God, to angels, archangels. All energy is connected here longitudinally. Here there is no time dilation. This is the forever now. Now.
I was gonna ask you tonight, Santos, what's your vision of the here and now?
Oh,
You're
dude,
giving it to me right there.
had that same question, Yannick.
Oh yeah. That's
Well,
good.
I wanted to figure out, future, past, now, how everything is. Like,
He's giving it right
Anyway.
there.
There we
It
go.
is. It is. Like I said last time, if this is a rope and we're playing tug of war and you're over here and I'm over here and I pull on that, well, I'm going to get immediate response. That's called instantaneous reaction at a distance. This is the only way to explain instantaneous action at a distance. The magnetic longitudinal wave. Okay, so let's get the three modalities. Let's get this sorted out properly. The neutron is nothing but dielectric. Pra, notice Ra and L, is Ra L. Magnetism, electricity. Dielectricity is neutral. It is the antifield.
Ether.
Magnetism is the field. Electricity is the field modality. Because it's doing this. The field here is now this magnetic field, this dielectric magnetic field, which is called magnetodielectricity, not electromagnetism. This is electromagnetism, inferior, transverse wave. Transverse means it's going like this. It goes up to the Tropic of Cancer and down to the Tropic of Capricorn. That's what Cancer and Capricorn represent, the wave amplitude. And Aries and Libra, they represent the longitudinal standing wave, the harmonious pulse of the universe. So what you've got here is you've got compression, rarefaction, compression, blue shift up the top, your throat chakra. The bottom of the torso is what color?
Red.
Blue shift, red shift. Now, these torus fields, they are not perfect spheres. They are golden eggs. They are pine cones. You ever seen all the pine cones at the Vatican? All the pine cones at the houses of Masonic Freemasons? Yep. When you go past the Freemasons' house, you always see the pine cone, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah.
Pineal gland.
Seen it.
It's simple because what they're telling you is they know magnetic energy, the field is in the shape of a pine cone, an egg. It's like this. So it has that ratio. If that's 1, the top of the egg, If that is 1, this will be phi. .618, transcendental number. The Fibonacci ratio, the golden ratio, the golden section. Why is it called Fibonacci? Well, Leonardo Bonacci, 800 years ago, probably the second most famous mathematician after Pythagoras, he introduced fractions. He introduced the Arabic numbers. Formerly, it was Roman numerals, but this is a Bonacci. 1, 2, 3. He got these from the Arabic people. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 fractions. He introduced many things. He also introduced the Fibonacci numbers, which are 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21, 34, 55, 55, 89, and then 144. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We come to 144. 12 times 12 is 144. The 12th number in this Fibonacci sequence is 144. So 1 plus 1 equals 2. 1 plus 2 equals 3. 2 plus 3 equals 5. 3 and 5, 8. 5 and 8, 13. 8 and 13, 21. 13 and 21, 34. 21 and 34, 55. 34 and 55, 89. 55 and 89, 144. So these numbers are not doubling. Doubling would be 1, 2, 4, 8, 16. Here they are growing at this rate here. 1.6. Here is the rate. This is 1. This is 1.618. Now this is 1. This is now 1.618. Now this is 1. This becomes 1.618. Now this is 1. This becomes 1.618. And everywhere in your body, pine cones, everything has a ratio of 1 to 5. So the fat part, that's blue. The narrow, tight, constricted part, that's actually where rarefaction redshift is happening, funny or not, because the leader in this field, red is always the first color. Blue follows red. Red is the leader. And so this is the leading edge. These are golden eggs, the apples of Apollo, the Torus cows of Krishna, the good cowherd, the rancher, Jesus with his sheep and his lambs. It's Aries and Taurus. That's all that is going on. So what happens is this is a pulse. There's no particles here in the universe. The waves, see those waves? Scientists who are looking at quantities, or particle physicists looking for particles, they're both deluded. What they're actually witnessing, and they can't put their finger on it because they're not spiritualists, is a pulse, not a particle. So they're seeing a pulse wave universe. They're seeing the longitudinal energy is pulsating and it's compressing and rarefying. Why is that? Well, okay,